It sounds awful. I'm not trying to get waterboarded, my guy, but it's not being put on the rack and they're like, we're gonna add a couple of inches to you, my guy. We're gonna stretch you out, but good, my guy. You're just getting on the rack. Hello and welcome, you made it to Slim Jim Jammer's channel. You're here with your boy Jimmy. Make sure you guys hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you can make sure that you know about every single weekly video coming out. And this week we're going to be talking about something near and dear to my heart. I started as a very young boy. As a young lad, I started out. I was just, putting pennies together so that I could play Pokemon. We're talking Pokemon. Pocket monsters. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but when Hillary Clinton was running for president, I was not truly a fan. When I was a kid, Hillary Clinton had sort of spearheaded the violence in video games is bad for society movement, which was really silly to me. I never understood the idea because, yeah, violence is bad for society, but violence has been in society forever. And video games is not the advent of violence in society, and it's not going to be the end of violence in society. And if you say that it influences violence in society, it's like, well, so does almost everything else in society, at least where I am. So all I gotta say about that is, I don't think World War II was started because Adolf got a hold of Pac-Man and was just like, ghosts? Final solution? No. I think that by and large we're probably less violent as a race than we used to be. I'm not trying to compare numbers right now as far as how many wars and how many murders and life expectancy and all of that, but I feel like we try to desensitize ourselves to violence as much as possible. The advent of firearms, in my opinion, is desensitizing the user to the violence that you're carrying out. When you were using a sword, there was nothing separating you from the act of what you were going to do with that sword. With a firearm, it's much different. So I think, again, you go back in time, people were much more violent. We don't use medieval tortures anymore. No one is being drawn and quartered anymore. You know what being drawn and quartered means? I'd heard it many times growing up, but I didn't know what it meant. Drawn and quartered, you tie 4 separate lengths of rope to 4 horses, and you tie those 4 lengths of rope to your 4 limbs, arms, and legs. And then you simultaneously slap the horses on the butt. And they gallop into 4 different directions. And you are drawn and quartered. I think that is a misnomer. I think it's probably 5 pieces afterwards. Unless one horse, gets the torso and wins. Like a human wishbone. So all I'm saying is, modern tortures, people are getting waterboarded. Oh, I'm simulating drowning. You're not actually going to drown. You're just going to pretend you're drowning. It sounds awful. I'm not trying to get waterboarded, my guy, but it's not being put on the rack and they're like, we're going to add a couple of inches to you, my guy. We're gonna stretch you out, but good, my guy. You're just getting on the rack. I'm sure, like I say, Pokemon, like many video games, is not causing more violence. Although Pokemon may have strange moral implications when it comes to animal slavery. You can't say that word on YouTube. It may have strange implications to animal servitude. I'm sure that people have written moral arguments and there's research to be done, possibly in post-production, about the morality of keeping pets. But I feel like the morality of battling pets is pretty cut and dry. And you make your pets into cartoons, and all of a sudden, things are different. I understand. We're in an anime now. You can leave home when you're 12 years old. I'll look up how old Ash actually is when he leaves Pallet Town. I get it. We're in there, We're in a region of the world. Pokemon is everything. So, when I was a kid and I played Pokemon, Pokemon didn't make me any more violent. I wasn't trying to reenact Pokemon all over the neighborhood. I wasn't trying to catch, squirrels in Prospect Park and train these squirrels in my backyard and get them to battle, a raccoon in the neighborhood and then going over to the Rite Aid to get a special salve. Give them special squirrel ups, vitamins, minerals. Maybe a guy behind's got some secret goods. Yeah, you want this stuff? And I'm getting my squirrel just amped, jacked. Maybe one day my squirrel will turn into a badger. One day it'll turn into a badger, and then maybe if I really work at it and I train my squirrel enough, one day he'll be like a Wolverine, right? Is that like the tree of reality, the squirrel tree? I've brought up the logistics of Pokemon to people before. This doesn't make sense. Besides the fact of it's difficult to just battle squirrels. I don't feel like they're naturally attuned to fighting. Every time I see a squirrel, it runs away. So there's going to be a big hill to climb in actually getting the squirrel to be aggressive. I don't know how it's going to happen. And when I befriend the squirrel, because in Pokemon, whenever you would catch the Pokemon, you guys were buddies, like buddies after you caught it. So if I catch this squirrel, I have to somehow convince this like incredibly skittish animal to now want to battle for me. And he's going to somehow be down for it. I don't know what is the incentive for him. That I beat him up one time when he was minding his business? I don't understand. Why are we such good friends now? We got to change the model. This doesn't work. Someone said this to me before. They go, that's ridiculous. You can't battle squirrels. I go, I know. There's definitely more than 150 animals in the world, but I don't know how many of them just want to battle. Maybe a squirrel would battle if it was cornered, but I don't want to corner it. You have to send your Pokemon into battle to get it purposely cornered so it'll freak out and bite them. That's all you can do is bite. Maybe give them a scratch. So maybe if we change this to actually battling animals. There's only a few animals that people actually battle. You got roosters, you got dogs. Things people actually battle. You know how hard it is to keep a rooster or a dog inside a small metallic ball on your belt? Where do all the poops go? This is a real question. When the Pokemon and or animal that you keep in the Poké Ball, where does the excrement go? Is that a question you've ever asked yourself? Where does the excrement go? Do you look at the toilet and go, where does that go? Or do you just think, whew, glad it's not here anymore? Real talk, no questions. The things you can think about while you're sitting making excrement. And you catch a lot of Pokemon, right? I just feel like you just keep catching them. You literally gotta catch them all. They're imploring you that you have to. You gotta catch them all. So if I gotta catch them all, and there's 150 in the first generation, and subsequently hundreds more later, that's a lot of Pokemon for one individual to own. You own them, right? Because they don't, other than Pikachu in the anime, I don't feel like any other Pokemon has just ever seemed like he was gonna just dip, just leave, just decide that they didn't want to be with you anymore. So you've got hundreds of animals in small containment units that you keep on a computer that somebody runs for you. Every time you change the game, it's a different person running the computer. There's a whole cavalcade of characters running this Pokemon scam. And there's some Pokemon that you catch just because you want to fill out your Pokedex. You catch some Pokemon. You know, if anyone's had a pet, if you've had a cat or a dog, this thing has a personality, right? It's like has a spirit. There's a lot of life in that animal. And I'm gonna catch this sheep Pokemon once just to get my Pokedex filled. And I'm gonna put him in the computer and I'm never gonna talk to him again. Or if I do, maybe I need to level him up one time. And I take him out 5 years later. What happens inside the Pokeball for those like however long is going on in Pokemon World between you accessing the Pokeball? I went online and I looked it up and apparently it's pleasant. It's canon that it's not bad inside the Pokeball. It's canon that it's everything a Pokemon might want. Maybe it's a lush meadow or a whatever kind of general environment the Pokemon might be used to, maybe. Let's say it gives them a virtual version of that. How long in this virtual version of this environment is the Pokemon going to be happy? Are we just going to assume that the Pokemon is not intelligent enough to know that it's been inside this virtual environment for years and it hasn't felt a human touch or seen another Pokemon in all this time? Just because the Pokemon can only say its own name doesn't mean it doesn't have feelings and a spirit. I'm just saying. There's implications and problems. I feel every time I remove a Pokemon from my team that I used after a long time, I feel bad, my guy. Maybe it's because I'm a Cancer. I don't know. I feel morally obligated to these beings that I've captured from whatever they're doing. I don't know what Pokemon are doing in the tall grass. It's not my business. That's their life. And now they're with me for my adventure, for better or worse, to fight in an arena where they're gonna get injured. I don't know about you. I thought about it before. I said that would be kind of cool if I was like a fighter, like a UFC fighter. And then I really thought about it and I said, wow, I'm gonna get hurt. I'm gonna get hurt bad. Even if I'm one of the best ever, I'm gonna get hurt really bad. One day you're gonna get matched up with somebody who's almost as good as you, just as good as you. They're gonna tune you up. They're gonna put it to you. And the same thing's gonna happen with these Pokemon. Setting them up for a life, getting hit with flamethrowers, shadow balls, earthquakes, swifts. Ouch, my guy. Ouch. I get this feeling that the whole concept of why you're allowed to leave home when you're like a little kid 10 or 12 years old or whatever Ash is when he leaves home is because he's going to have a Pokemon by his side that's going to protect him. Protect him from the other Pokemon that are out there in this battling scenario. And like the first episode, I feel like he almost dies falling down a rainy hill trying to protect Pikachu and stuff. Why are parents allowing this? For the chance of being a Pokemon master? I feel like there are very few people becoming Pokemon masters. Seems like it's a very arduous journey. When you're going to be a Pokemon trainer and you're just going out, where do you actually stay on your Pokemon journey? Your Pokemon go to the Pokemon Center. Where do you sleep? On a bench? Staying at a friend's house? When I'm in every different city, is there like some sort of Pokemon squatter's house where all the trainers are just hanging out? Never explained. You know, besides the fact that you're a child and you're in an animal fighting ring. It's just, I don't know. Just because those animals look incredibly cute. I guess you could just go back and you could just talk about how Looney Tunes, all they're doing is trying to murder one another over and over again, right? That's a little weird. Right? It's a lot of Looney Tunes just trying to kill each other, or like one guy's trying to kill the other guy and the other guy's trying to like bamboozle him while he's trying to kill him. Oh, you want to kill me, my guy? How about a little magic? How about a little costume? Maybe you go and drag and fool you. This is the problem with going to college. You begin to break down cartoons. They made me read literature, Russian literature about cartoons and the idea of how people were obsessed with trying to be more cartoon-like. And that's why cartoons were so appealing, because they did everything that we couldn't do. And all of this, reading critical cartoon theory. Yeah, it's something that needs to happen more, right? Let's break it down. I gotta go back. We gotta deep dive Blue's Clues. The clues were very obvious. That's all I'm saying. It's very easy to put together those mysteries. They basically yell it out at you. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell so you can find out about every video. We'll be putting out a new video every single week with your boy Jimmy. That's right, slimjimjammer here out of Brooklyn. Again, I want to thank all you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate you. See you next time, my guy.